We'll see if Township will like for that one.
Why don't she get some sense?
Yeah.
I don't know, 19.
That's right.
Hopefully it'll play into the. Yeah. It might. See what they're doing. I know, I see that highlighted, but I don't know how they play through. Just before we move. We're supposed to get out early, right?
All right, it is 7 o'clock and I'd like to call our June 15th, 2026 Thornapple Township Board meeting to order. You all rise and join me in invocation. Lord, may the discussions we share and the decisions we make this evening reflect your leadership and your influence in our lives. Amen.
Amen.
Will you all please join me in the pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hey, Diane, can you roll call?
Schaefer,
Here.
Bouchard, here, Fry,
Here.
Imaj.
Yep.
Stanton.
Yeah.
Rary, here, Maidenblick. Yes, here.
Okay, we're on to approval of the printed agenda. I would be happy to entertain a motion to approve the printed agenda as presented.
I'll make the motion.
I'll support. Motion of support to approve the agenda as presented. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, we are on to approval of the consent agenda, and I'd be happy to entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Motion with support to approve the consent agenda as presented. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none. Diane, can you roll call?
Stanton,
Yes.
Imaj.
Yep.
Rarick. Yes. Schaefer,
Yes.
Bouchard. Yes. Maidenblick. Yes. Fry.
Yes.
Okay, we're on to first public comment. Anyone from the public can come forward and make any comments they would like to the board. We do not interact with the comments, but you're welcome to come up and share any comments that you might have. The only caveat is to limit your comments to 3 minutes or less.
Hi, my name is Linda Gasper and I'm at 11875 Jackson Road here in Middleville. And I just want to give my encouragement to this board about item 12A, the Cornerstone Estates request. And I just want to remind the board that the Planning Commission spent many hours on this proposal. And we worked very hard and had a long process to come up with our recommendation to the board to deny this rezoning request. And so I just want to ask you again tonight to honor the Planning Commission with your denial of this request.
Okay, is there anyone else in the public that would like to speak? This is your chance to address the board.
Well, this is about the Cornerstone development. Okay. I'd like to bring to everybody's attention, everything they proposed was against the Joint Planning Commission. I submitted letters. I'm Nancy Reed at 8697 Garbo Road. If they would have done their due diligence, they knew the property was not zoned properly. And in their own little mission statement of their company, which we put up on their website, it said about before you buy any property, make sure you know how it's zoned and any restrictions. And with all this, we went on before in all the other meetings. They knew right off the bat that it was not zoned that way. And I don't know why they want our township to jump hoops for them to change. As their own attorney that night, our last meeting said, there's over 2 lousy houses. They want to build 2 more lousy houses. They changed the zoning to estate residential. These are rural residential. That is an agricultural area, residential. And if we open a can of worms, saying, okay, for them to build for 2 more lousy houses, turn it into estates, you're gonna get every development people bombarding our township. So I really highly recommend that you look at the proposals that we've all submitted, all the neighborhood. It is a farm area where there'll be smells, and whoever lives in this estate area, they're gonna know that they're gonna have to deal with all the agriculture. I mean, slow traffic on Whitneyville with tractors and big trucks and smells. And we talked before, they better have some kind of due diligence of knowing what's going on and not have our township bend every rule of zoning and site plan ahead of time. They actually broke all kinds of ordinances. They've already clear site. They dug your clear cut trees without any kind of approval. So to me, there should be a violation of some kind of fine for this company because they did all this before permits were approved. So I just like you consider that we don't want to oppose them building there, but do it with the current zoning rug, says is okay.
Okay. Anybody else? Now clarify, this is your chance to address the board if you have any comments to make.
I would like to. My name is Walt Vandentar, 6140 Whitneyville Road. I'm one of the primary adjoining properties with this location. I am direly against this coming in that format that it is. I'm actually opposed to a new road going in right there. It's right next to my property, right next to my fence. And it won't just be a nuisance, but it'll be a nuisance per se, which is forever. Thank you very much.
Okay. Anybody else? Again, this is your chance to interact with the board. Sure.
David Reed, 8697 West Garbo Road. Mr. Otto couldn't be here tonight, and he asked me to bring up the point of people need to sign a document that they're moving into an agricultural area. And there's going to be smells and all the rest of the stuff. And they have tried to move him out before this because of it when people move in and don't do their due diligence on what they're moving into. And he just would like to avoid all that. And I know you guys have nothing to do with the documents, but the contractor should, do his due diligence and tell them that they're moving in within 500 feet of a turkey farm that turns out 100,000 turkeys a year and within a half a mile of a chicken farm. So, it's an agricultural area. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Again, this is your chance to interact with the township board. All right, going once, going twice. There is no correspondence. We are on to County Commissioner John Snowford.
Good evening. During the last month, we had presentations by Liz Lentz on the opioid settlements. Annual report from Jim Dole, the Drain Commissioner, and Jeff Kiesler from Planning and Zoning. We tabled a PCI ask on permit prices for more information. And Jennifer Heisman from Economic Development gave a report. Rebecca Condon from the Health Department and Stephanie Lehman from 911. We purchased new poly zooms for the court and jail. And we interviewed for Mental Health Authority, Veterans Affairs, Zoning Board of Appeals, and Material Management, which is a solid waste. And we appointed people to all of them. And I can name them off if you want to know. Okay,
What is a poly zoo?
that's where you get your, you don't have to go to court, you just sit in a little room and you're on camera with a judge
Oh, okay.
or magistrate. That's all I know about it. I try not to get on.
It's one TV, you don't,
Yeah.
you don't want to be on that show.
Any questions? Thank you.
So, thank you, John.
Thank you.
All right, reserve time. No one asked for reserve time tonight. We're into emergency services report, chief.
Yeah, we've had a busy last couple of weeks with the weather. We had one day that we had 19 calls in 6 hours. Last month, we had 310 calls for service. We had 44 times that we called for paid on call members to help us out. Our out the shoot time is down to 33 seconds right now, so we've exceeded the 40 seconds goal that I put out. We'll see if we can maintain that through the summer and into the fall. Our average response time in Thornapple Township was 6 minutes and 55 seconds, and I think I've brought it up before, but our goal is to be on scene within 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Our first responders to at least be on scene within 8 minutes and 30 seconds. We don't have any first responders in our township. We are the first responders. And then outside the township, our average response time was 10 minutes and 44 seconds. We had 4 structure fires last month. 2 were in our service area, 2 were outside of our service area, but we were first on all 4 of them. Having a staff station makes a huge difference. One of the fires was in the village, and we were on scene within 5 minutes and the fire was out in 10. So my hats off to the crews on scene. I didn't even make it from my house to the scene before the fire was out. So they did an incredible job. The other one was on the very edge of the township, basically at the corner of Bass and North Payne Lake Road. And we were still able to get 14 members on scene. We had 10 on scene within 10 minutes. And we had over 30 members from area departments. And we had the fire out in 15 minutes from the time of call. So all really good metrics from our crews. We did an update on the HVAC system. It's ready to go out for bid. The only thing we were waiting on is we're trying to find a location for the humidification system. So I think Jason Presser got that done. So it's gonna hopefully go out to bid next week. It sounds like Bradford White is gonna help us out with boilers in some manner. We're not sure exactly how that is, but no matter what it is, it'll still be less expensive than paying full price for them. We had ISO come, and that's the Insurance Rating Institute that comes in and actually checks the metrics of your department. And he had nothing but really great feedback for me. We actually went out and flushed hydrants. We did 11 hydrants throughout the township. And so he drove around with me and we had some candid conversations during that. And his response was, this is so different. This is so different than last time. It's so different. Some things that he really mentioned that are gonna make some big impacts on ISO is that we kept the secondary tanker and from them 6,000 gallons of water right away. And then what our staffing level are they making, having firefighters on and having multiple firefighters on a daily basis and overnight is gonna make a huge impact. Our training records were in good shape, thanks to Patrick. He really did a good job of implementing a system to make sure that we maintain good training records. That was one area that we really fell short last time, and we lost a lot of points. And he mentioned that we had done a really good job of maintaining accurate training records. So all those things are good indicators. We're at a ISO of 6. I was trying to beat him up to see what he thought, just a preliminary. I was like, I'm really hoping we can get to a 3. That's what I'm really hoping for. And he played coy with me. He wouldn't tell me either way what he thought we were gonna get without actually running all the numbers. But I'm anticipating at least a fairly good decrease. And that'll make a huge difference in commercial occupancies. It'll make a difference with residential occupancies, but occupancies like Bradford White and all the commercial stuff that we have in here will make a huge impact on their insurance if they use ISO as their ratings. There is also a regional rating that they do, which isn't very fair for the communities that they're serving. That would basically clump us into all our area fire departments and look at the losses outside of our fire district, which isn't a good measure of how we perform as fire department. So overall, I spent about 7 hours with them and lots of good feedback, and I'm very proud of all the members that have made the strides that we've made to make sure that our organization has been successful. So I think that's all I got.
All right, thank you, chief.
Yep.
Number 11, unfinished business, we have none. We're under number 12, new business. New business A is an agenda request, for Cornerstone Estates. And, the recommendation is a motion to deny. This is motion to deny Cornerstone Estates application for conditional rezoning of property located at 6180 Whitneyville, Middleville, Michigan for the following reasons pursuant to recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Number one, the 2020 master plan does not accommodate this use. Number two, the future land use map does not allow this use. Number three, the project does not meet the minimum 1.5 acre parcel requirement of the rural zoning in which the parcel is located. Number four, the conditional rezoning requires public sewer, and this parcel does not have current or future plans for sewer. And number five, it would set a precedent for future development. So I'd be happy to entertain a motion to deny Cornerstone Estates application for conditional rezoning.
I'll make the motion to deny the conditional rezoning request for 6180 Whitneyville Road based on the recommendation of the Planning Commission for the reasons set forth in the Planning Commission's report and minutes presented at this evening's meeting, and also based on the record developed at various Planning Commission meetings and hearings and the discussion of the matter at tonight's Township Board meeting.
I'll support. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none. Diane, can you roll call?
Imaj.
Yes.
Maidenblick,
Yes.
Rarick,
Yes.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Stanton,
Yes.
Fry,
Yes.
Bouchard. Yes.
Okay, we're on to new business B, which is a agenda request concerning tuition reimbursement. Chief, would you like to speak to this?
Yeah, I think I've mentioned multiple meetings about how we can be some kind of training ground for people, and how do we maintain operational integrity with paid on call and part-time employees when we're paying to become firefighters, EMTs, and paramedics. When we've trained a few of them and they immediately leave for full-time employment. This will at least engage them into a contract for working for us for a set period of time, and if not, then they just pay us the money back because they've gotten professional employment. This is not unusual. My son had to sign one when he got hired at Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety. Significantly larger amount of money that they're requiring than what we are. This is really just paying for the cost of the training, so. And I think it's hard enough to find these classes for, unless you're going to a community college, and we're subsidizing it at such a rate that even if they have to pay it back, it's a great deal. So my hope isn't to get paid back. My hope is to keep longevity of people. But I'm anticipating with the job market, how it is, we'll continue to have kind of a transient amount of ebb and flow within and out of the department.
Okay. Thank you, Chief. So the recommendation is a motion to approve expanding the current paramedic repayment plan to EMT and fire schools. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion with support to approve expanding the current paramedic repayment plan to EMT and fire schools. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns?
I have one question. When you consider what the costs are that we would want to get back, would you consider the uniforms that we would have to buy for them?
I mean,
Or do they not get them if they never?
They don't get them until they're done, so we don't order uniforms until they're actually working, so I guess. If they worked 18 months of the 3 years, we bought uniforms for them,
Okay,
and then, yeah,
but if they never worked at all,
yeah, they don't work
would we have
until,
ordered them uniforms and?
no. We have a cache of uniforms that are somewhat used,
Okay, all right,
that they get to use.
that's all I want.
Are there any further questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, Diane, your roll call.
Rarig,
Yes.
Bouchard,
Yes,
Dimash.
Yep.
Fry,
Yes.
Maidenblick,
Yes.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Stanton.
Yes. All right, we are on to number 13, committee reports, administration, anything you guys can think of.
No.
We did have a new employee start today. In the position of office administrator, Katie Stanton, welcome her to the team.
Welcome.
Committee report, for cemetery.
Sales have increased and seems to be picking up at this time.
I don't know if that's good or bad. Middleville DDA, we had an opportunity to have the music series last, Thursday, although we didn't have power at the amphitheater. Doug Powers provided the power. He bought his generator in from home and we had a successful, music series. So I gotta say, I'm very appreciative to Doug Powers for, providing power. Music series is in full swing, every Thursday night at the amphitheater. There's different bands and you can visit the DDA's website to see the type of music they play. A lot of it is blues, which I don't know why that is, but obviously we in Thornapple enjoy the blues. Elections.
We are in wild swing of things right now and getting ready for our August election. We also have one in November, which means getting organized and I will be requesting at our next board meeting to hire someone for that position due to our new change in our hiring policy. That person that we hired is not allowed to do the elections because she has a family member on the board. And so I did check with BOE and MTA and they stated that I would have to figure another way and I'm not allowed to do elections because I am an elected official. So just to put that out there with that. But we are sending out our absentee ballot applications and getting ready for our August election.
Okay, emergency services, Ross.
Wow, I thought we were gonna go in depth a little more today. I have nothing further.
Well, obviously we aren't going in depth anymore.
Let's, let's wrap it up.
Okay, finance.
nothing new going on.
Okay. Parks and Rec, usually I have Catherine to rely on for this. We have a meeting, a meeting scheduled. I don't know the date. I'm gonna be completely honest. And we are going to be examining, what our purpose is going to be, what our role in the township is gonna be in the village. Trying to look at the village's parks and perhaps even looking at a township park that we have. And other than that, I don't have a whole. Personnel and compensation.
We are, we've been looking over our 401A and 457B plans. Acrisure is having some major issues right now, and they do not have anyone to handle our contracts. So they have not scheduled any meetings with us. And so we are looking into other resources, for our compensation plan for our employees and what we can do to maybe move past that or resolve it somehow. So,
We have a meeting scheduled for this Wednesday.
so that was to give our bank information and start the 401A plan, but they have no one to handle the 457B plan at this time.
Are we going ahead with the Wednesday meeting then?
No.
Okay. No.
Okay, property and public utilities. Nothing that hasn't been said already. Okay. Roads and highways. Richard, you are on this committee. I know you're new to this board, first meeting. We will go over roads and highways, and if there's anything that you can think of as a road and a highway other than loop. Well, you can talk about it.
I'm very happy that they got the dust preventative put down. That really makes a difference. I seen Loop Road prior to that so bad when two cars passed that it was, you couldn't see 50 feet in front of you. So I'm grateful that that's completed.
They did that, what, June 4th-ish?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, about
Okay, Duncan Lake Sewer, Richard, again, you're new to this.
yes, I am.
So we should probably have an introductory meeting to get you involved in the Duncan Lake Sewer.
Yes.
Like,
Do I have to go down in it?
well, it depends on how deep you want to get into.
Oh, yeah, I'll do.
I went through with, Eric from Berry County GIS. I identified all the areas that were on the prints that we didn't know where they are. And those are all are going to be on a layer in GIS that if you have the right password to get in, you can actually view all those areas that were unidentified before. It's not gonna be public. And I don't want everyone in the world to know where air relief valves are, but it will be a layer that is usable by the township and possibly utilities if they are doing a missed dig. It gives a pretty accurate representation of where our assets are.
So the mapping is done?
You know, I want to do some more. I did all the original things that we had talked about, but
Right.
there's more things that I wanted to.
Okay,
I want to identify the structures at the ponds. I want to identify the buildings. I want to identify the flushing chamber, so to speak. There's other components that we didn't talk about that are kind of known where they are. But I would still like them identified on this special layer in
and
GIS.
they will be shown on GIS.
Yes.
Okay. When do you expect them?
I would say shortly, within a month or two,
Oh.
anyway.
Okay, good. Okay.
All right, we are to number 14, our second public comment period. Anyone from the public is welcome to come forward. The only caveat is limit your comments to 5 minutes or less.
Sure. Tim Williams with Civil Engineering out of Portage, Michigan. It's unfortunate that you didn't allow me to speak at the new business conditional rezoning, but it is what it is. But I do want to set the record clear, and I think you all need to know this. Your planning director sent me an email October 30th saying I did present the plan to the planning commission on Monday night. He told us we had that preliminary plan approved. So anybody who says we didn't do what we were supposed to do, that we didn't follow the zoning ordinance, that we didn't follow the mission statement of the builder,
is just flat out wrong. And you folks need to know that. And it's unfortunate that, we've gotten to this point, but it is what it is. But, so let's be, transparent. None of the trees got cut down until after we got that approval email from your building official. Okay, and anybody that says, oh, they didn't, submit their proper applications, I want you to read your own section 19.2. When the zoning administrator determines the application is complete, the application shall be forwarded to the planning commission. He told us he did that. He told us we had step one approval. We went through road commissioner approval afterwards, health department, everybody. Then we brought it back for construction plans, and then the planning commission said, oh, we've never seen it before. You folks need to have a conversation with your building official about what he does for his job. He caused Rich to have a tremendous amount of expenses. Now, based on your vote today, Rich is gonna have to either pursue this further or go with the open space plan. To go with an open space plan, I have to change the design. When I change the design, the road might change, more trees are coming down, everybody's gonna be even more upset. But that's gonna be a permitted use. And I just want everybody to be aware, where we got to today was because of your building inspector sending me an email that said, I did present your preliminary plan to the planning commission on Monday night. That's October 30th, 2024, he sent that to me. And then I even responded, will this be a two-step review? Preliminary submittal, full construction plans. He responded, the preliminary is what I did Monday. Should be one step from here. So I want you folks to know that we got to here because of him. And the conditional rezoning, by the way, was the township's idea for my client to move forward as a way to address your building official's mistake. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else?
Yeah, sorry that we're here, but my name is Rich Rosenberger with Cornerstone Construction. And, I'm the owner of the property that's in discussion. And I don't know why we weren't on the agenda, but we aren't. Thought we were supposed to be. But just to reiterate what Tim had said, and to clear it up for members of the community, we did not move forward with this project without prior approval. We had approval from your person. We had it in writing and in person. And we did not do any work prior to that. After that, we went ahead and got the health department involved. Health department came out, did all their soil borings. We did a test well. We did a whole bunch of other borings that had to be done. We did all of that work. And then come to find out, we can't do it. After we submit the plan, the construction plans, after we were approved for the original plan, the construction plans, he says, well, we can't do it that way. So here we've done all of that work. Now I've spent almost a year trying to figure out, can we, without having to take down more trees, open up more space to have more visibility for the neighbors and stuff, which we don't want to have. We want to be a good neighbor. We want to keep the tree buffers and stuff there. But it looks like that's the only option that we have. And just to address a couple other issues is, the Right to Farm Act protects Mr. Otto and any other farmer that's out there. But we would, as a builder and a seller of the properties, each and every one will be on a sales disclosure, which will say that, we're in proximity to farms and in farmland. That's a requirement by us, and we do that all the time. I don't know, I just feel terrible. I got a passion for the property. You know, we do a lot of subdivisions, have done a lot of them in my 40-some years. Have never been in this position where there have been such a misunderstanding by one of your people that got us into this position, that created a misunderstanding for the public. You know, we can do a lot of things with that property that's zoned to be done. We can put in a daycare, we can put in a foster care, we can put in a bed and breakfast, we can put in a synagogue, we can put in a golf course. Those are all permitted things that we can do. We offered to the township that we were going to waive all of those things, and all we were ever going to do is single-family condos or single-family houses. It's just another form of ownership. That's all we were ever going to do. So we waived all of that to make it easy on the township and the people to put our foot forward to say, all we're gonna do is build the houses that we were planning on doing. That's all we ever wanted to do, is just do what we were told that we could do. And your official led us down the wrong path. He put us in that position. You know, I'm sorry if I'm close to crying, but I'm passionate about that piece of property. I love that piece of property. You know, I've done this all my life. I know what works and what doesn't work. And I feel terrible for the position that we got put into because of him. And the path that it got led for, the misunderstanding with some of the people that are here in the township, because that's not what we are. You know, we're good people. We do what's right and we put our feet forward. And our mission statement is correct. That mission statement is meant for each and every person that comes to us thinking about buying a piece of land or doing something. Make sure you do your homework, know what it is. We did our homework. We got approval from the township person in charge. He led us down the wrong path. Shame on him. And I don't know why you didn't take the time to listen to us and to look at the alternative. We're going to build on it. It's going to get built. You know, we may get one or two less houses, we may not. But the big kicker is whether we get one or two less houses is not the thing. We're going to have to take down a whole bunch more trees. We're going to have to change the road layout. We're going to have to do things that aren't in the best interest for the people that are in the community. But that's what we're going to have to do. Sad. So if there's any way that we can readdress this issue and look at it, please let us know. You know, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Sorry for being emotional. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Walt Van Intern. I'm at 6140 Whitneyville Road. My property encompasses approximately 400 feet of the total Whitneyville that this development is going to take. I hear a lot of threats. He doesn't feel, he thinks that, shame on the person from the township that told him he could. Well, from what I understood, he never even paid his permit fees. So he never had a permit. He never had an okay. He says he was told he had one more step to go from here. Well, maybe that was what he meant by getting him, be able to proceed. The threats of a synagogue and a daycare. I don't quite think it's zoned for commercial, but I know you can do some of these things in a residential business. I'll have to take a look at some of my dated pictures. He says he was told on October 30th that he was okay of 2024. I believe I have pictures of the construction that's going on back there before that date. He seems to have a lot of misunderstandings. He thought he had the okay to do it. He thought he had the permit. He had paid the fees for it. He thought he was on the agenda tonight. And then he offers to not put in a golf course, like he's doing us a favor. I think he has to have an actually variance in the zoning to even get the driveway in there. So if he can't get the driveway, he can't do a lot of development, or unless he takes down the Schultz houses, then he can put a driveway back in there. I'm not going to apologize for being emotional. I've lived here for 40 years. I'm not an outside person coming in and complaining because he can't make a couple extra $100,000. You know, this money, when it leaves town, is gone. when a person spends the money in a small business, in a small business in a town like this, JD Power and Associates did a survey, that money changes hands 3 times before it leaves town. This gentleman's walking away with his millions of dollars of profit. Thank you very much.
Anybody else?
Should I respond? No.
No.
Okay.
When Gasper, you've got my address, and I'm from the planning commission. And again, I want you to know that regardless of any perceived misunderstanding, the process was never followed correctly. We never received the application and site plan until this spring. And everything that they did without a permit or without a site plan approved. And so I thank you for doing the right thing tonight by denying the conditional rezoning.
Hey, anybody else?
Nicole TV 8572 West Scarborough Road. I want to reiterate your points and I want to thank the board for taking the time to listen to the planning commission. I was at the meeting in which a lot of people spoke and I appreciate the time and energy that the planning commission put into listening to all of our concerns and really understanding where our concerns are coming from. So thank you all for also taking their recommendation very seriously and to heart and denying the zoning change.
Anybody else?
We appreciate it.
your last name? TIBB.
I don't know if that counts as a public comment or not.
Well,
Okay.
it would have to be one.
All right, anybody else? All right, we go on to full of members, David.
No, I don't have anything.
Okay, Sandy.
I don't have anything further.
Ross.
Nothing more.
Richard,
No, thank you.
nothing? This meeting was crazy or,
No, I'm glad to be here.
all right,
Hope to be aboard where I can help and learn all the ins and outs real quick.
okay. Laura,
I'll make a comment. So the next couple weeks we'll be, in the treasurer's department, we'll be busy getting ready to send out everybody's tax bills that they just love, but, and we've got our auditors coming in for the yearly audit next week. So, very busy right now.
and the applause stops.
Yeah.
All right,
All a mail for me, unfortunately.
all right, Kathy,
Nothing, I just, yeah, Laura said it, we have our auditors coming next week and so. And elections, so it's busy.
all right. I'd like to say I'm pleased that I think we did the right thing tonight. I know we did the right thing. We've got rules and regulations for a reason. And with that, I don't have anything else.
I know.
Then I'd be happy to
This is
entertain a
gonna be a
motion to
marathon.
adjourn. I'll make that motion.
I'll support.
Motion with support to adjourn. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? 7:43.